how do I perform a titration with the Buret in Chemvue? I've already connected my pH sensor, and I've already calibrated it. And you can see that I'm reading a pretty high pH value. So as you might have guessed, my analyte is a base, and my titrant in my Buret is an acid. So my pH sensor is being held in place with an electrode support, and I have enough of liquid in the beaker to cover the end of the pH probe. That is from the black inner washer all the way down. The last centimeter of the probe is completely covered with solution. So I've added my basic analyte here, plus enough distilled water to cover the end of the probe. Now I need to set up my graph in SparkView, but I'll need to manually enter the volumes that I read off of the Buret. So I want a graph and table page. And I don't want time on the x-axis. It automatically puts pH on the y, but I need volume on the y-axis. So I go to time, which is the measurement I need to change. And I'm going to choose create new user enter data. I want volume, so the measurement name will be volume. And the units will be milliliters. And I want to make sure that the numbers that I enter will give me at least 2 decimal places. So I'm going to open number format. Go to fixed decimals, it says there will be 2 decimal places, so it's okay, just to verify. All right, one more thing I have to do. So now I've got volume on the x-axis and also in the table, and I've got pH. But now I need to change my sampling mode from periodic, which means automatically record data points, to manual, which means record data points only when I say so. And now I'm set up and ready. So I can start recording data, and it's reading the initial pH. For my initial volume, I enter 0 milliliters, and I want to keep that pH value. I'm going to record it by clicking the check mark, and it records it. Then I go into my Buret, I add some of my analyte, and I'm adding kind of a lot because it's the beginning of my titration, and I don't expect a lot of change right away. I'm going to rinse that hanging drop and give the sensor time to catch up and watch it and see if it changes. It's changing by 100th, so I'd say it's pretty stable still. But I did add I'm reading eye level my Buret, 0.47 milliliters of solution. And before I do the next volume, I have to again hit the check mark to record that pH. And you can see my graph is starting to form now. It's already graphed my first 2 data points. And as I go, I've got to add titrant, wait for that pH to stabilize, enter the volume reading from the Buret, and continue on and on and on until you complete your titration.